Alright guys, welcome to, not spoiler alert, but to a new thing that I'm trying out for you guys, and that is a tutorial on what you need to do if you are a new YouTuber. Not so much on how to get like new views, but just basic YouTube startup stuff. So the first thing that I wanted to get with you guys on is that you're going to need some kind of camera. Obviously that is something that you're going to need to do this. You can use your phone, you can use a camera, you can use a webcam. There's a couple of options. Right now I am shooting in 4K with the Sony a7 III. You don't have to get that camera, that's just what I'm using right now, so if you like the way that this looks, then just that's an option for you. But again, your phone is fine for now. Again, everything that you get should be upgradable. Some of the videos that I was shooting before is the Nikon D32. That is a DSLR, which means it has the little mirror in it. This is a mirrorless camera, so it actually shoots for longer periods of time without heating up as quickly. So if you're doing things like streaming, which would be like YouTube gaming or Twitch, you can do that. You can get different things to do things like Twitch, which we'll get into here in a few minutes. But the first thing that you're going to want to get is a camera. The only thing that I would say don't use your phone for is if you're doing anything that is long format, just because it doesn't have the keep up for it, or if you're doing something that is wide aperture. So if you're doing something that is like you're looking at a bunch of stuff, phones are pretty good when you're pretty close looking at your face doing that. When you're doing small things, yes, it's great. If you're doing anything that's big, then you're probably going to have some issues. Just because the pixelation and things, and some of the old, especially in some of the older phones, don't necessarily keep up with the technology. The other thing is you're going to want, especially if you're going to Twitch, you're going to want a decent computer. I am using the Apple Mac Mini. It's one of the cheaper versions. It's the, I think, 2017 version. And I'm not recording with that right now. I'm actually recording in camera. But the last video that I believe I put out was this camera into there, and we can go over that. So the first thing that you really want to do is get yourself a good camera or recording device. Secondly, you want good sound. Right now I'm using the Rode mic, and it is the Rode microphone, I believe it is the Go, and it should sound pretty good. The one little drawback on this is if you have any kind of signal going out, typically Wi-Fi, or if you live near like a cell phone tower, you might get some gurgling or some popping sounds. The last video that I made had kind of a like a shuddering sound. You may get that. But there is a cord I think you can get that will kill that. Me personally, I'm not using the Wi-Fi right now, so I just killed my Wi-Fi, and hopefully that's fixing it right now for you guys, because this is like the 4th time making this video, and there's different reasons for that. The first time, and I'll show you guys here, I actually had my camera setting to 120 rate, so 120 frames per second. Okay, So that means that I was moving real slowly, and you couldn't even hear the audio. So it just looked like I was floating around, moving slowly. And so there's that. That's fine. You live and learn. I just got this camera. I'm still getting used to all of the settings and things. I'm more of a photographer in the sense of camera gear. I do shoot with my Nikon, but I've had that thing for about 5-6 years now, maybe even 7, and so I'm much more used to the settings on that than I am to this one. This one is kind of like a lot better just because I get 4K, you get that higher film rate, you get different versions of filming, and you get to shoot in 4K, obviously, which is a huge plus. Do you need to have a 4K camera? No. Do you need to have a very expensive camera? No. All you really need is a camera that can do whatever the job is that you need it to do. So if you have your phone and that's all you have, that's fine. I do suggest that you get something that is upgradable, meaning that if you're going to have your phone, upgrade to a camera at some point. A lot of people use Pentax. I use Sony. Some people use Canon. A lot of people use Nikon. They're all good cameras, you know, and why use a regular shooting camera for film? You get better lens options than if you just got like a camcorder. You get more of a cinematic look out of it, and you have better options on what kind of bouquet.
What was the name again, please?
Bouquet? That's spelled B-U-C-K-E-T.
Oh, bucket. Oh yes, we have a bucket.
You get what kind of apertures you get. You get to change the darknesses and the lights, and you get to change the millimeters. So right now I am using what is it, the 20, that's the 50, let me see here, it is a 24 millimeter lens, wide aperture. So that's why you're I'll probably crop this down, but you can see that there's a wide range of things here. The camera is maybe 5 feet in front of me from my face, but it is taking a long shot, and the reason why I shoot in 4K is because I can actually crop that down to be like here or down here to be in the face. Alright, so with that being said, the next thing that you want to do is get good audio, and that's why I say upgrade from your phone, because there's not a whole lot you can do about audio with your phone. You may be able to get a shotgun mic and put it in here. A lot of phones don't have that capability though. So you might want to upgrade to a camera, and when you do, get yourself a shotgun mic. What is a shotgun mic?
Oh, hold up there, Buster.
No, not that kind of shotgun. Okay. The shotgun mic is something that goes up top on your camera in the shoe part of your camera, and it goes into your actual camera, so you don't have to do your separate audio. By separate audio, I mean something like this, which is a headset. Put it on, you got your microphone, you got your headset, your earphones, and then you can just talk, and then you can do whatever it is that you're talking about. You guys can hear the audio on this one if you go back to my last video, and you can get the audio on that and compare it to this. It might be better, it might be worse, depending on how this works out. You can see that is, you know, definitely an option. They're like 25 bucks, maybe 30 bucks now, I'm not sure. You can get a lot of things for your audio. I would just say stick simple and then grow from there, and that's the best advice that I can get you. Now, lighting. Lighting is important. As you saw, I turned on my little thing here. This is my little lamp. It's just a lamp that's right next to me. And then I turned it off, and now it's on. And you can see I got a nice golden glow. Okay, so with that, lighting is important. You can also get one of these little guys, which is a box light. This one actually folds up, but I won't do it because I actually have the light in here. It comes with a diffuser, and it actually comes with two because it has this little guy in here as well. And then it has this light that you can get at either Home Depot or Lowe's or any of your home, home accessories stores. You can get one of these little 10 guys. They are, I think, somewhere between $5 and $10. And then a light bulb, which is again about the same price. This one actually gives you a nice glow like the lamp here, because it has these brown little coils in them. So it gives you kind of a nice little ember glow, so you don't look like you're pale. And if you are a white person and you have pale tonalities and you don't want to be sitting there editing your videos to give yourself a nice tan, that is a good option because it kind of does it automatically for you, and you don't really have to worry about looking washed out. So we got our camera and we got our lens, which is good. Now, what else do we need? You're going to need a computer if you're going to be doing things like Twitch. You're going to be needing a computer to edit. And if you're going to do things like YouTube gaming, Twitch, or just live streaming in general, a computer is good. Do you need a super high level computer? Not right now. Not unless you're doing gaming. If you're doing gaming, yes, you probably already have invested in a gaming computer. You already have, or you can afford to get a graphics card and all of this stuff to do streaming anyways, because that's what your hobby is right now anyways. So, alright, so with that being said, you probably already have a computer, if you're doing gaming, that can hold up that, or at least be editable to make it where you can do live streaming, where you can do all of this stuff, and it's pretty beefy anyway. So that would be your best option, or you can at least upgrade it from being a shell to being a decent computer, especially if you're doing, and that's pretty much if you're doing gaming. You don't need like a huge amount of anything to do just basic streaming or just do video. Again, I'm doing this right from camera. It's hooked up to my TV just so I can see it, and you can get yourself a light box, and then you need to get yourself a capture card if you're going to do live video. Because everyone and their mother decided during the event of 2020 that they wanted to become a YouTuber, and people figured out that was going on. There is a bunch of people that have bought in these cards, and maybe you're one of them. They have gone up in price because price and demand, of course, is a thing. And so the Elgatos have gone up, not by the manufacturers, but by anyone who could grab them. They're usually, the Elgatos were somewhere between $60 and $80 when they first came out from Elgato. They have, I'm talking about the 4K capture cards. They haven't really gone up too much on the actual site, but if you look on eBay, they have gone up. So eBay is probably the worst place to shop for that particular product. It's just not worth getting it. It's one of those things that you're going to get a lot of greedy people, because I've seen them, they're usually about $80, and then I've seen them go for like $300-400 online, and I'm like, it's too big of a markup, especially since you don't technically need it to do what you're doing, unless you're becoming a Twitcher or a gamer. So if you see it that high, always look at the source of the product, see if there is any more online, because back a year ago they weren't able to produce them. So people got greedy and said, hey, we're gonna mark this up like 150%, which is that's price and demand for you, but it's not right. I would not like it if someone was trying to upsell me that much. With that being said, we talked about lights, we got your sound going, we got your camera, of course. Now, what is next in your list of things that you will need? And of course, we got your capture card. What's next? The next thing that you want to do is figure out what you want to talk about. I think your niche is the most important thing next to having something to stream with, whether it's your phone or your camera or recorder. Having your niche or your niche. What does that mean? What is a niche? A niche is something that you are particularly good at, that you can explain relatively easily or do. Some people bake, some people cook, some people, and baking and cooking are two separate things. Some people know how to build things. Some people like to talk about movies, like myself, and TV shows, like myself. Some people like to go into nature and take videos, like myself. I can't really do that very often, and I can only really go to some of the same places that I've been before, so it's very limiting on what you can do, but it's something that I've done. I can talk about technologies, and that's something that I've done. You can do just about anything on YouTube, but find 2 or 3 things on here that you like to talk about and knock them out. Posting, I would say post at least once a week if you're new. Now, there is a difference between quantity and quality. The thing is that you do not want to have just a bunch of videos just of you saying stuff. You want to know what you're talking about. You want to have kind of a plan. You can kind of freeform it, but at least have an idea of what you're actually talking about, instead of just going on there and saying, hey guys, blah, 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 blah. Blah. Just because it's better if you have at least an idea of what you're talking about, just not like, hey guys, I had an egg sandwich today, and life happened, and yesterday I went to the mailbox. Because that's, yes, it's your life and it's more interesting to you. It's very boring to everybody else, because no one cares what you had for breakfast, and nobody cares that you went to the mailbox. You know what I mean? So have something that's kind of interesting that you know about to talk about. Now, is your videos going to be good when you first start out? No. This video is probably going to be horrible in a couple of months when I come back and rewatch it, or use it in another video as a point of what I just said. Your videos aren't going to always be good, especially at first. Now, let's talk about editing. editing is a bigger part of this than most people know. Next to doing the video itself, editing is probably the biggest time consumer because ideas you can grab pretty quickly. Thinking of different things, that's pretty easy to kind of figure out. Okay, I want to talk about this movie. Okay, I want to use these videos. Okay, now we have to edit it all together. We have to talk about it, and then we have to edit it all together. So, what editing software should you use when you are a new YouTuber? Well, use what's free. Okay, if you guys have PC, you have Windows Movie Maker. I used Windows Movie Maker for the longest time. It did pretty well for me. You can get a bunch of different things on there. It is very basic, but it is free. You can only do so many levels on it, maybe 2 video levels and 1 sound level, and edit it that way. And it's okay for what you're doing. I know that a few of the newer pay-for editors, you can do a bunch of things. Transitions are kind of limited. Maybe you get like 12 different types of transitions, like a rotation or a fade or a crossfade or a side fade, or just kind of a fade in, fade out, white, black kind of thing. And I'll try and show you as I'm talking about them. I'll try and cut it where you have fades, just to show you what kind of fades you have. And you're very limited, but you can put words down here, and you can do green screen background, or for green screen background, but it's actually a foreground on here, which I will show you guys. Speaking of that, I'm gonna have probably a little guy down here somewhere. Go ahead and smash the like button and hit that subscribe button. I'm hopefully going to have a little guy down here punching the subscribe and like buttons, so hopefully you guys will see that here in a second. If not, it didn't work out, but that's kind of an option. I might have the Shia LaBeouf Just Do It guy on here. You can play around with them. There's tons of tutorials on how to do green screens, overlays, and things like that. It also has, both of them also have word overlays, so you can see, put like your name across here, put your website or your Twitch handle or whatever you have on the bottom here as well. So there's a lot of options of how to do things. And with editing, I know this sounds kind of morbid, but there is a old saying that is, don't be afraid to kill your darlings. Meaning, you just created this thing, you like it, but it's an hour long. Okay, let's get that down to 20 minutes. So what do you have to do? You have to take out big chunks of your stuff, and then you have to add in new things. But you want to get your huge just talking points down to just little coherent ideas. So if you can do that, that would be great. Knock it out. And don't forget to kill your darlings, which is sad, but it has to be done for a good video. So with that, I think I've gone through everything else. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and hit them up in the comment section below. Punch that like button, smash the subscribe button if you like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like, or a thumbs down if you hated it. And thank you guys again for showing up and watching this video, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.